It's always been my dream to own my own house, and now my wife Kate and I have done just that. Purchased our own home, and we couldn't be happier or more excited.
So high.
You have it facing the wrong way.
Sorry.
The camera needs to face towards us. It's already happened.
Too late. It's too late.
It's already happened.
I was carried.
And now we'd like to bring you guys along on our journey as we make this house our own. And I don't know what's next for this house and for us, but I hope you guys tag along.
All right, got a couple more projects today. This is the current state of our garage. And the thing that I'm going to be working on is building a workbench, because this is the state that my tools are in and have been in for the past 2 years, 3 years. So now all of this lumber here and the tracks here are going to be a workbench with some drawers, and it's about $350 worth of material. I got some MDF plywood, 2x4s, some pre-finished pre-milled planks, and then of course the tracks, and $350 of material, which is cheaper than your typical workbench / toolbox system. Those are about $550 on the cheap end, so this is a lot cheaper than that, and it's going to help me with all this. So let's get started. Now here is the detailed drawing for my workbench. The drawers are going to be 2x2. The depth is going to be about two feet. It's going to be 3 feet tall and 4 foot wide. Pretty simple. So we're just going to start off with cutting the 2x4s. We're going to start with the top here, and let's do that. Now I do want the top is a 2x4, 2 feet by 4 feet, and I do want it to have a bit of an overhang. I'm going to do 1 inch of an overhang. I think that'll be enough. I can board on it later if I wanted to. So that's going to be 2 inches shorter, so 46 inches is what this has to be, the front. Let's do it. So 46. It's going to be right there. Yeah. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off this factory edge, because I know that this thing is set up properly where it cuts a perfect 90. So let's do that first. See, check that out. It's pretty good, pretty straight. Got my second line, so that's about 6 inches. Now, the way that you do this is your little crow's foot. You make one line that's straight, and then this line is going to be the side that you're going to keep. So keep that in mind. Once some backs are done, now I got to do the sides. And I want the back to be flush against the wall, so this is going to be 23 inches. Actually, I'm completely wrong about that. I got to take account for the 3 inches that these two boards make up. So the board that goes between them, if I want it to be 23 inches, that means this has to be 20 inches. Okay, so now I have to recut this to 20 inches. All right, now let's screw it together. Perfect. Okay, pocket holes are drilled. Now all I gotta do is put the screws in, and the top will be done, and I can put the legs on. Now I did buy this handy little clamp here, this jig, to try to keep the boards from moving too much when the screws bite in here, because the screws do go in at an angle, and it does tend to move the board. Can't do it one-handed, god damn it. Now these pocket screws, man, they make these joints so strong. It's very impressive. Now there's 2 ways to mount legs to this. You can mount legs here, underneath, and then screw, the legs onto the sides. I think I'm going to stick with the pocket screws. And that might be a bad idea. I'm gonna do pocket screws here. So there's gonna be a board that goes here, meaning I gotta take it by the whole table is going to be 3 feet, that's 36 inches. These wheels, I'm gonna add on the bottom, they're about 2.5 inches. So 3.5 plus 2.5, that's 6 inches, meaning I gotta cut for the legs 30 inches long. Let's do it. So I just learned a lesson with these pocket screws. Make sure you clean out your debris so that whenever you tighten this, all the debris doesn't push out and break your wood. So, no one likes their wood broken. Of course, my pin is always too far away from me. I feel like this is far more work than if I just, come on. I should just walk over there and get it. There we go, it's almost here. Ha! Hell yeah. So now I have to measure and mark where this is going to be. I think I'm gonna make the drawers 2 feet wide. Yeah. So from here to here, that's gonna be 2 feet. And then that should give me enough like leg room for if I wanna like sit down, put a stool underneath here. So yeah, so I gotta mark this and then attach these two. Next I just need to drill some pilot holes and screw this in. If I break this drill bit trying to record this, I'm gonna be so pissed. It's a bumpy ride. Now this board will be the back and will provide some much needed stabilization. So I put this board on here so that when I run the circular saw, get a nice straight cut. You know how much faster I'd get done if I didn't keep losing my pin? Ah, there it is. Okay. So I'm already using this table to assist me in making stuff. So I just got to put that board along the front and I'm going to use, you guessed it, pocket screws. So, all right, so this is what I got so far. It's looking pretty good. Very sturdy. It's more of a cabinet than anything. Put on these side supports, support along the front. This thing's in. Be happy with it. All right, next I had to put some pocket holes here for screws so that they can mount upwards towards the top. So, time to screw the top on. Now that I got the tabletop where I want it, went ahead and clamp it down so that when I'm screwing, it doesn't move. So, you never want the top to move when you're screwing it. All right, so it's looking pretty good so far. Top's on. That's what the front looks like. It's the side. Now, I do have to put these wheels on here. So, gotta flip this guy over, drill the holes for those wheels, screw the wheels on. All right, got the centers of these marked out. Just gotta drill. Tell you what, these things are so much harder to screw on than you might think, because the wheel turns. So you just can only really grab by the thread. I guess it's got like a hex there for you to put like a wrench on, but yeah, now we're cooking. Look at that. Too easy. All right, there she is with the wheels. So I can move her about. All right. Now, really the only thing left are the drawers. So let's get to it. Okay, so I'm actually gonna put the drawers over here. I was originally gonna put them over here, but I made this opening a little smaller than that one. So I got it set up. Look at that. Nice and clean. Well, it definitely makes a difference because the speed at which I was able to cut all those, minutes, just took me minutes just being organized. Okay, you guys saw while I was doing this at the beginning of the video. This, so much better. Well, as you can see, I'm very sweaty. It's been about a day's work, plus, you know, the extra trips to Home Depot and getting food and going for a walk around the neighborhood. It's all a day's work. But I got one drawer almost done. Just got to put the bottom of it on. And then, yeah, there's my workbench so far. So we'll pick it up in the morning. More crap packed up from the other house. So got an early start. I'm going to go, I'm going to go get some Mickey D's. I'm going to get the pancakes. I got the pancakes the other day for the first time in a long time, and they're like, they're actually really good. So get the whole pancake breakfast meal, and then scarf that down and do some work at the other house. So it's a long day. I understand, so I'm currently at McDonald's to pick up my food, and there's like no one here. So you have these like mobile order spots, and no one ever uses them. Like the line is backed up around the building, and when you do the mobile order, I'm not a spokesperson for McDonald's, but when you do the mobile order, you can usually get like at least 30% off your meal. Usually there's better deals than that on there. Plus you build up points and you can get free stuff. And I don't have to wait in line. I can just sit here on my phone until they come and bring me my food. So I don't know why it's always empty. I'm always the only one that's ever using the mobile order. So yeah, it's a great deal. So I just got my food in like maybe 3 minutes. So yeah, that's hell yeah, let's eat. Spot and eat my food while it's hot. It's the only way to do it. They're called hotcakes for a reason. God damn it. All right, day 2 of me trying to finish up this workbench here. So just gotta finish up the drawers and we'll be done. Well, I fumbled at the finish line here. My second to last one, the jig moved and I fucked that up. So I think it'll be okay with just the 3. If I have to, I'll put one up here, but I think I'll be fine. Anyways, got those done. Already have one of these put together, so just gotta put them. Alright, now to do the last screw of the last drawer. There we go. I am using completely the wrong screws for these. I need 1-inch screws. I don't have the 1-inch, I couldn't find 1-inch wood screws. So these are drywall screws. And the reason I'm using these is because I need 1-inch screws, and I don't have 1-inch wood screws. These, which I do have, are 1.5 inch, and they're too long. You see how these have like a little, almost like a little cut at the very end? That's to carve into the wood. And there's no thread up here. That's so that once you get into this board, right, it can continue to spin and tighten. It won't continue to put torque on whatever board is on the threadless part, so it won't keep pulling that and crack it, whereas these have thread all the way up to the very top, which will crack the wood a lot of the times, but we're going with what we got. Alrighty, so we have 4 of the drawers, and I just got to put the bottoms on, and I'm just going to do, considering these don't have to be too fancy, I'm not going to have I don't have a table saw either to put grooves along the inside and recess the bottom. I'm really just going to screw the bottom onto the bottom, if that makes sense. Alright, so I got some MDF that I'm going to use for the bottoms. Maybe a little bit overkill, but it is what it is. I'm using this board as a guide for my saw. So, also when you're cutting material, always set your saw blade depth to the thickness of the material. Why is it never plugged in? It's gonna be a nice piece of scrap for me to use later. All right, I got the four bottoms cut, and I tell you what, for that just being cut with a circular saw, that's not bad. So I got these 4 cut, and I just got to screw them on to the bottoms, and then put those on this. All right, so the next thing to do is to mount the bottoms to the drawers. Let's do it. So there they are, there's 4. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. Got the bottoms on. All I have to do is put the rails, and we're good.
Did you finish unloading the car?
I did.
Okay, I'm plating down.
Okay.
I did not slice or dice any tomato.
Oh my. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. That's mine.
That's yours? Okay. I will cut up tomatoes.
Yes, you will.
Taco salads.
I like loaded this up.
This is my dinner attire.
You are covered in dirt. Are you gonna sit on our couch like that?
Now I'll probably take it off.
Yep. Yeah.
But once I found him, I figured I better get him over here before he retires.
No, it's great, thank you.
Everything else around here up to snuff? Are the sheets being over ironed?
No, they're perfect.
Because that's not an urban legend. If sheets have a high thread count.
All right, day 3 of trying to finish this. So I'm ready to install the tracks here, and what I have to do is, so I have 4 drawers, and this opening here is 26.5 inches. So 26.5 divided by 4 is 6 inches and 5/8. So I have to space these tracks 6 inches and 5/8 apart, and then mount them, and then we're good to go. All right, so one of the reasons why I wanted to build this bench before I really did too much else, 1 is so that I have a workspace, but 2, so that I can make all the mistakes that I can learn from all of my mistakes, and I'm definitely checking off that box because I just continue to fuck up. So the tracks don't have, on the very backs of them, don't have a way of mounting back there. So I had to add this 2x4 so that the holes had something, there were, holes lined up with something. So not the end of the world. It's a pretty simple fix, but yeah. I installed the tracks on this side. They're supposed to go on that side. And like that, she is finished. All I gotta do is put handles on here. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, yeah, look at that. Look at all this space. Oh, it's kind of hard to open without handles, but so. All right, now that I'm finished with this, I'm gonna go eat.
I have to record an outro. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully we'll get the bench completely finished before too long, and the garage cleaned out and the house cleaned out, and get a couple of other things finished. But at the moment, I think we're doing pretty good, making pretty good progress. So hope you enjoyed this video, and leave a comment, like, follow, all that jazz. And until next time.